Hey you guys, it's Joanna Vargas. I'm really excited for today's chat. I'm just going to post my Instagram and my personal one and who I'm talking to today. I'm so excited to meet her. Sorry, I can't type very fast when I'm like doing this. Okay, oh my God, that was painful. Let me just pin it. And then I will have my special guest join us. Come on, Instagram, there we go. Okay, all right, cool. I'm really excited for today's chat, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Sarah. Joey's gonna come on now. It's connecting. I feel like Instagram has been touch and go for people. It's saying that it's loading, so hopefully she'll pop in soon. I wanted to talk to you guys today about reopening in New York City and about body treatments. I have a very special guest who hopefully will join me shortly. It says it's loading. Do you guys know JTAV Clinical Skincare? The founder is going to be joining me, Joie, and I'm really excited to talk to her today. We have never met in person, only via Instagram, but I'm a huge admirer of her work, and she's been in the business for quite a number of years, so as I have, so I think it'll be really fun. Hey, Emily. Joey, I know you're watching. Just request again. I don't know what happened. Anyways, we are not, my salon in New York is not quite open yet. We just came back a week ago from opening my salon in California, which I was so excited about. In California, we're allowed to do facials and body treatments. And I know that it's been really confusing for all of you, but we're not allowed to do facials yet in New York City, only body treatments. So that's what we're gonna start with. Oh, yay. It worked. Hi.
Curly hair. Oh my God, I wish I could hug you. I feel like this is such an honor and a privilege to connect with you.
Dude, I have been such a big fan of your work for so long, and this is so much fun. I feel like the if we could have a silver lining, it's that I've gotten to meet a lot of people who I've admired a lot, and just, you just during your normal life, you don't normally have so much time to make connections and to talk to people. And so it's been a time of connecting with people, which has been a real pleasure. So thank you for joining me.
Yes, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for having me. I always have admired you and your business, and it's so nice to actually connect with you one-on-one. And I'm excited for you. I know that you are planning to reopen the New York spa.
Yep. So I was just explaining to whoever just joined that in New York City, I know it's confusing, but we're not allowed to do facials yet, only body treatments. And so in California, we're allowed to do everything. So I opened the full menu in California. I am currently self-quarantining. My husband and I were both in California together, as was my operations manager. So without the three of us, we can't really open our New York salon yet, but we will soon.
Oh, so you just flew in. You're back in the city now?
I live in New Jersey, and I flew in. I've been home a week.
Okay.
So
welcome back.
You're supposed to quarantine for 2 weeks. So I get out of the house next Friday, and then we'll open shortly. So you've been open though.
This past week we opened, and I have all of these amazing people to help me. We implemented all of our safety protocols, everything, as an esthetician that we already are fully knowledgeable with in terms of sanitation and disinfecting and, training our team to keep our clients safe and really have the highest standards for our spa. And so we opened for body services. We are so fortunate that we have always had, a list of services for the body, sculpting, toning. I feel like everyone now really wants TLC. And so
Yes.
if we could expand on those services, and the human touch is what we really want to offer to our clients, as well as a safe and healthy environment. So if we can start with all of these services, I think everyone's going to be thrilled. And it's really slowly but surely everyone's like coming and really excited just to feel the energy that we're giving to them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. So for just introduce yourself a little bit, like I watched some of your videos when I knew we were going to do this together, and we
yes.
have a few things in common, which I think is really cool. But just for people who are just joining us, why don't you, I know you've been an esthetician yourself for 20 years, is
Yeah,
that right?
almost 20 years. It's been a long journey. I feel like, I started with holistic, more like natural, organic, and that element. And it evolved into, more of the clinical. I work closely, renting space in a plastic surgeon's office for many years, and then working closely with dermatologist, and we have our medical director who works closely with me. So it gives me that clinical edge and that experience to really take, in terms of like the guidelines, to the next level, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like you and I both, as spa owners, that's what we want. We want to make sure that everyone recognizes how we're implementing all of these safety protocols. And I feel like coming from that background of more of the medical and the clinical really gives that advantage. And
Yeah.
I've always loved to like play with the elements of like a natural holistic with result driven modalities, right?
Yeah.
So I know you and I both, we love like the sculpting, the M sculpt, and these other things that we can provide to our clients that really allows us to give a full body approach, not just the face,
Totally. Totally.
but the
But
whole
you and I
body.
are the same. I also, my first job in skincare was working for an organic day spa that their main line was Jurlique. And I know that that's how you
Yeah.
started too, right? That's
Yes, it is.
what
I
I,
opened the spa on
yeah,
West Broadway many years ago. And
yeah,
then, I lived in California for a few years, and I always like found the passion in healing. And like, obviously you need a little bit more than just the skincare for anti-aging, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it for me, it was like a journey. Like, how do I combine the elements of making someone feel amazing, right? The senses of relaxation, but also with those result driven treatments.
yeah,
And that's really what we do. We take all these different things into consideration for long term anti aging.
yeah.
I hear you speak about like pigment and acne, and all of that is so important. But now we're going to start focusing on the body a little bit more, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I only took on a medical director, I think a year and a half ago, because I've always been a fan of non-invasive technologies.
Same.
Um,
Yes.
so those have been sort of like the cornerstone of what I do. However, I felt like there were certain things that I couldn't live without. Like we do Clear and Brilliant, we do
Love that. I love it.
yeah, microneedling. Do you guys do any kind of microneedling or
We
radio
do.
frequency? I couldn't tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we love it. And you know what? It's so interesting because I've started to really explore some other things that we can provide. And I realized, like the Clear and Brilliant, you can do things for the scalp and the hair for growth, basically. Like, we've never done these things, but so many people want these services. And
Yeah.
we take our time, you know, like each client, really, we take our time, we get to know them. And I'm feeling like all of the things that we do have, the Clear and Brilliant, the microneedling with the radio frequency, we can really start doing like arms, body. I know me personally, like I've always wanted something done for like the back of my thighs and stretch marks. And I'm like, now we're going to start doing that.
Yeah, yeah. When we were training on microneedling with radio frequency, I would let the girls practice on my body. And
Yes.
just because, you don't start with the face first
Right. Right.
when you're doing something so intense. But because of that, I have always been a huge fan of doing it just for skin tightening purposes, like
Yes.
the tops of the knees or just
This
tightening.
area, this,
Or
I
how
have so
about
many
like under
people.
here?
Yes. Yep. The results are amazing. I feel
Yeah,
like with the body, it takes maybe, 4 weeks to see the results,
yeah,
but you can really, sculpt, lift, and really make a difference with things. And I feel like everyone's
totally.
incorporating the health and the wellness and the workouts right now. So why not, take that extra time to love your body a little bit more? That's how I'm feeling.
Absolutely. I mean, people I think sometimes forget the skin is an organ. It covers your whole body. And I remember when I was a really young esthetician, I was very naive as we are when we first get out of beauty school and stuff. And
Yeah.
I had a client who had a facelift, but I didn't realize she'd had a facelift. I just thought she looked really pretty.
Right.
Her 73 years old, and she took her clothes off because she was doing a body treatment, and I was like, oh my God,
Right.
because
Everything else.
she hadn't
Yeah.
taken care she was a sun worshiper, so you can imagine the loss of elasticity was pretty dramatic, and this was all
Tight,
good.
tight and firm. Right. It's like even the neck, the décolleté, we can start
Totally.
focusing on the décolleté. And I feel like so many people, I love when I meet someone and they're like, I have really good skin, but, then they start picking at the imperfections. And nobody's
Yeah.
going to be perfect at the end of the day. But the idea that you can kind of do a whole body approach now and start taking care of these other things. I have so many people that like have many burns from the sun on their knees, and their
Yep.
knees are like losing all that elasticity. And all of these things now, we're really going to start taking extra time to create new protocols for the body. So I'm looking at it like an opportunity, right, to kind of
Yeah.
evolve and expand all of these new services.
Don't you think also just how long have you had your spa for? That I don't know. How many
So
years have you guys been?
2009, so
Okay.
2009 was when I opened, and I was first like renting space in a plastic surgeon's office, and then we slowly grew. I took on and trained another esthetician, and then, last May is when I opened up this new space.
That's
And
awesome.
yes, and like you, I mean, I love your space. I've seen your space,
Thank you.
and it's like every detail is so important, right? When you enter, you want everything to be beautiful and perfect. And just, now we've taken all of these things into consideration, and we're ready. I feel like we're ready. So,
Totally. 100. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody more equipped to operate safely than an
yeah,
esthetician, because our whole focus of our licensing even was on bacteriology and operating safely and
safely.
operating within state guidelines, because we have had guidelines since we got our licensing.
Exactly.
Um,
And now,
but
you know what? All of our estheticians, I know you are very, hands-on with like implementing these protocols for your staff. I've had all of them take new courses, take a
yeah,
refresher,
same.
right? Like, what is the EPA, cleaning? How long do you have to disinfect? Like, take a refresher. And, also like you, my husband has like a little bit of influence in helping me, and he has this background in safety and, cleaning and all these things. So we've just like taken those things into consideration with our staff, and they're excited. They're happy to learn these new things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I've been in business My son is 15, so we started my salon 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, there have been challenges throughout, but
Yeah.
what I've been advising, because lots of estheticians DM me, what should I do, or what
Yeah.
can we do? If you stay in the brain of creating, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
We'll
you
get through
try,
this. Yeah.
yeah, like you just have to, I consider myself an artist. I consider you an artist because
Thank you.
we're creating beauty for others. And it does take an artist's brain to do that and to
Exactly.
really like see somebody in their uniqueness and bring out the best in them. That's what we do. That's our
Mm-hmm.
passion. And so taking this time to really be creative with it and really create something beautiful is going to make people want to come too, I think.
Right. And I feel like everyone really just wants to feel a little bit nurtured. Like I said, like
Yeah.
I know even for myself
Yes.
personally, I've been like rushing and running and trying to figure things out. And it's like
Yeah.
when I breathe and just take a little time, like I'm now exploring new body products and I'm
Yeah.
like doing my cellulite treatments. And I'm like, wow, okay, if I was doing this the whole time, I know personally during quarantine, I was like ravaging through, all of the cabinets, eating whatever, just like stress. And now I'm like, okay, slow down. What can I do to feel good? What makes my body feel good? And now giving this same treatment and love to my staff and my clients that are going to come through the door. They're going to love the experience.
Absolutely. So, having said that, what's your favorite body treatment? If you had to pick one, I know it's really difficult to pick one because
Yeah.
they're all our children. But if you were like on a desert island, what's the one body treatment that you think that you would want to live with over and over and over again?
So I love the idea of one being able to like create our own experience, right? So yes, we could definitely pick one, but we can customize it. So what we're doing now is like adding our body wraps with our radio frequency treatment to do like a combo. So it's obviously the radio frequency, it feels like a warm stone massage, right? So it's
Yeah.
so relaxing. Also, the idea of like lymphatic and stimulating the lymph nodes and right, really helping the body to detoxify and giving that combo treatment. I'm loving that. And I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
absolutely.
I feel like it's an experience. The body's going to feel good. You're going to see the results. You can, do it several times to really maximize the end result. And it feels good. So why not? Take it anywhere with you if you could. And we sell these home care kits now that we're trying to implement for people to do at home, for those clients who don't necessarily want to come yet, but we're ready. We're taking it into the next level for health and wellness and body, and we are excited to be open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I honestly didn't know what to expect when we opened in Los Angeles because the numbers aren't great there, and
Yeah.
I didn't know if people would really want to come or if they would feel ready.
You said they want
But
to
I gotta
so
tell you,
badly. I know. I
it's
know.
packed. It packed in a safe way.
Yes. Right.
Like
And that's it.
where I gave what I did, or one of the things that I did was I tacked on extra time to every treatment. So there
Same.
would be extra time to fully clean and sterilize in the extra way that we're doing now.
Also,
Um,
we're wearing the mask, like, wearing
and a face
the
shield.
medical mask and the shield, and we're also like for staff taking temperature, right? So
Yep.
everything, all of these things I feel like are going to help us and keep ourselves, our staff, and our clients healthy. And I feel, we just need that time in between for the estheticians to kind of breathe a little bit and air out the space. We have HEPA filters now in the treatment rooms, and we're going to do everything in our might to make sure everyone is safe. Also, consents, calling the clients before they come in, making sure they're healthy, right? Checking in with them, seeing how they're feeling, or have they been flying, right? Making sure that they're also taking us into consideration.
Yeah, absolutely. we have enacted that in Los Angeles. We'll do that in
Hmm.
New York as well. And I'm really excited for the opportunity just to be back. And I think that one of the things that I've seen in New York and also for my girlfriends in London is that like I think that we need to consider allowing everybody to come, allowing the beauty industry to come back,
Yes. Yes,
allowing
we
us,
have to. Yeah.
hair salons are open. We all understand the protocols that we need to
Right.
abide by. And I think just allowing us the opportunity to, we can follow instructions and we can,
Especially like this type of business, like we
yeah,
take so much time. Like I have very
yeah,
close friends, you have very close friends, doctors that we
yeah,
consult with. Some of my very close friends are dentists, and they started, a month ago. And so us
yeah,
sharing our safety protocols, I feel like that's an absolute must. And for any esthetician who wants to know what they should be doing, I feel like they should definitely contact us and reach out to us moving forward if we can help them in any way. And we have that advantage, to reach out and discuss and share. And we are, honestly, we're in a good place. I feel like New York is in a good place. Everyone, is doing what they need to do. And so I just want to get us there and get us to what we do, naturally and love to do for our clients.
yeah, absolutely. What, um, what is your, like, when you first saw your staff again, was it hard not to hug everybody and kiss everybody? Because
Yes.
when I saw the girls and boys in Los Angeles, because I have men on my team there too, we
Yeah.
all were just like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you.
See each other. I know. And I feel like the idea of like connecting with, text messages prior, like sending funny things to uplift one another and kind of motivate them to like see the good in all of the, the challenges. I feel like that was so important. And, now everyone is like really just taking care of each other. So that's a special thing as well. And something
Yeah.
that I feel like you and I really, empower them in the space to take care of one another.
Yeah, we had a newsletter for the staff every Friday called the Good News
It's great.
Report.
Oh,
And
it's so good.
it was just internal and it was just like somebody learned a new skill, somebody was studying, a new language, like whatever any of us were doing. Because I have,
You have a
several.
large staff. Yeah, yeah. Mine is not nearly that large. I can't imagine. You are incredible with that. That's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I started in, my first space was 290 square feet. The walls were so thin you had to whisper. And
So no one would. Yeah, I know. I know. My old space was so tiny. We used to close a blind, and like everyone would eat behind there, and the client would be like, shh, like they're gonna hear us. I know. I know. It's
yeah, so I
amazing.
think I think like even the fact that you and I have grown our businesses um, is a testament, I think, to how much heart we put into what we do. I
Exactly.
think that that's what makes a business grow. A lot of times when I'm talking to other estheticians, all they want to know is what machines do you have? What machines are you doing? And I got to say, just again, for everybody who is going to watch this, like,
Hmm.
um, it has nothing to do with it. Like yes, we have machines that we like, things that we've chosen for our businesses for various reasons. But really what makes a difference is really putting your heart into it and
Yes.
giving clients what you think is the best thing. And they can feel that. And I think it's
Exactly.
reflected in, them rebooking and them, telling their friends. And that's certainly
Hmm.
how I grew my business. And I know that's how you grew yours as well, right?
Yeah, you have an amazing client base, and I know, over the years, I've always looked in to see what you were, building and doing, and it's like we never stop. Like I'm constantly thinking what to do, to make people feel good or to make, the treatments the best that we can, right? It's like
Yeah.
constantly evolving. And right, like you said, it's like not just the one machine, because obviously our hands are what makes us so good. And the
Yeah.
machines obviously add to the experience, but it's really the care, the love, and above all, like keeping that connection, even through the past 3 months, reaching out to our clients and
Yes,
checking in with them. And I know
totally.
you are similar to me. Like, I don't absolutely love like sharing so much on social media. I know you shared, like, it's sometimes like, what do you talk about or what do you say? And people wanted to see what we were, doing,
Yeah.
and just getting out of our comfort zone in that way and sharing more to connect with our clients, I think was also something that, pushed me a little bit more in the past 3 months.
100%. It's not really natural for me. Like, I didn't become an esthetician because I wanted to
Right.
be, I mean, there was no Instagram when I started anyways. But it's not, I wasn't looking to be on camera, I guess is
Right.
what you want to say. And it's still very hard for me. Like, before the pandemic, I'd go weeks without posting something on social media just because I would forget about it. And I'm very much like in the moment. And
Yeah.
it's definitely been nice for me to see that I can share things that are comfortable for me to share and people are responding to it. And it is a way of
Mm-hmm.
connecting to people that I might not have a chance to meet. And yeah, just staying in that creative space has been a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited to get to meet you at some point in New
I
York.
know we're gonna have to have lunch at some
Yes,
point.
for sure. Everyone's
Um,
having outdoor lunches, by the way, believe it or not. Like where I
really?
am, everything is, I mean, it looks good. Like looking outside of my window, there's a few restaurants and they're outdoor dining, and I feel
Are you
that's a
out
good
of the
feeling.
city?
Uh, I'm out of the city this week. I came to the Hamptons, and we're, just trying to explore options out of the city. And it feels good to, like, be out and like go for a walk and connect with nature a little, because that was hard for me being in the city those few months, like walking to my house and my office. So we're exploring a little bit more out of the city.
That's nice. I don't live in the city anymore. I
Yeah,
live in Jersey, so we live in a very kind of like a place where you can walk in the woods and you can
I needed that. Yeah,
do bike rides. I would have gone nuts, and my 15-year-old would have totally lost his mind if he were
yeah.
trapped in the city for sure,
Hmm.
without like nature and so forth. So I definitely understand that. What's your favorite like ritual to de-stress when you are at home or during this whole time? What's besides eating comfort food?
Yeah.
Um,
Of
what is like your
meditation.
thing? Meditation?
Meditate, like, honestly, I feel just having like this green grass and like just the smell of nature is so comforting to me. And, this morning I did a meditation, just like taking that time. Even like in Manhattan, I'm always in a rush. I'm like throwing my clothes
Yeah.
on. I don't even look at myself in the mirror. I throw my eye cream, my face cream, and just like taking the time to like do things for myself felt good, and that is something that I'm committing to for the future and the next few months.
It definitely was a wake up call for me to, so my husband and I take the dogs out for a long walk in our
Hmm.
neighborhood, which we haven't been doing because we have a yard. And
Yeah.
but during the pandemic I was doing that, and I was doing my Peloton bike every day.
Yeah, you
um,
said that's so good. I feel like
yeah,
that's what I was missing. Like in Manhattan, it's very hard because I had like a yoga mat and I was doing, some workouts
right.
in the house, but it's feeling better for me to be outdoors. And I think that's so important. Like everyone needs to get outdoors however it's possible, and, be with loved ones, connect a little, because the isolation I think is really hard if you're
Yeah.
stuck in an apartment.
Yeah.
So,
Also, being an esthetician, our job is to socialize with our client. I mean, I know that you probably feel the same way. I feel like most of my clients are very good friends of mine by now because I've known
yes.
them for so long, and it's just not
Yeah,
normal for me to not have that
I
interaction.
know.
So that it's a bit shocking. But I realized when I was in California, because I was quite busy, I thought I would be going on more hikes and doing more California style things. And all of a sudden I was back to work and I was like, okay, Joanna, when you go back to work in New York, like you have to like not abandon all of these awesome things that you've been doing and not just go back into like work mode. And
it's hard for us. I feel like the second I know, you know, I can work and do services and treatments, and I feel like our clients want to talk, I'm like, less talking, like, you know, because if you're going to be wearing your mask, it is a little bit exhausting to, you know, give the love and speak and do the treatments and everything. So we need to make the time at the end of the day to go and have fresh air and go for our own walk and take care of ourselves, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing that I missed the most about being off was probably my microneedling radio frequency machine.
I love
it. My face missed it a lot.
And the Clear and Brilliant, honestly, when I was in the office, I was definitely giving myself those treatments. And I feel like you and I both love it. You can do it on a light treatment setting and your skin just looks so healthy. But I've started to do it like on my décolleté now.
It's so good here, right?
So good. And I feel like even like for you and I don't know, I'm sitting all day and now I've just been wearing workout pants. So I'm like starting to do things for like butt acne. I'm like, if I could start doing Clear and Brilliant on the back of my thighs, and I'm going to start treating this area as well. And I did it last week and I was kind of impressed with it. I was like, okay, we're going to take this to a whole new level.
Yeah, I think what I'm most excited for is the microneedling on the body, particularly the legs, because I feel like it tightens. For anybody who doesn't know what it is, it completely remodels the collagen. We both do it.
Combo, yes.
Yeah, so the needles will go through all the layers of the skin, and then we shoot radio frequency in there, which is a combination of radio waves plus heat. It remodels the collagen. It tightens the collagen, it pushes the collagen fibers back together, and it also stimulates new collagen production. So for me, I'm kind of excited to see how lifting it's going to be on, especially on like the butt, as you said, the back of the thighs. I had it done on my knees a lot. Yeah, the tummy.
The tummy,
the knees,
I feel
is
like
really awesome.
Some of our clients, like postnatal, are looking for, you know, some type of sculpting and tightening, and I feel like that's really shown really good results. We can also treat stretch marks. That some people are always asking, like, what can we do? It can be effective. You can do the combo with the Clear and Brilliant and the microneedling and the radio frequency, so I love that. The crepiness in the décolleté, everyone's always asking, what can we do, right? So a nice like combo treatment. I feel like just, you know, the ability to kind of make it special for each different client and each concern, we can really use all of these treatments that we have. And now,
what is your favorite form of exfoliation for the body? Like, what do you guys do in salon, and what do you like to do at home?
So chemical peels, I feel like we can do so much with chemical peels, and we do have a large selection of chemical peels. You know, chemical exfoliation really now, especially with the summer, you don't want too much downtime. So I love to kind of mix and match depending on what we're treating. And then for home, I love, you know, just simple, easy, like dry brushing.
Same.
Yeah, like if I could make more time for that. I love your dry brush. I feel like the idea of like dry brushing, and you know, there's like the body scrubs that I have that I started to use, just like that feels good to me. And then for my décolleté, I'm always doing like a lactic acid or like I have KP on the back of my arms. So I'm always doing the salicylic peels, and it's getting worse, I think, as I'm getting older. So like once a week I do it. I really try to like help. I do the dry brush, then my sal peel, and then same for like the décolleté with the lactic. and just to help soften the skin and smooth the areas that really I'm starting to notice more.
Yeah, I feel that I do dry brushing every day just because I'm about to turn 50
You look
and I
so good. I'm about to
thanks,
turn 40.
thanks.
I know we're both Leos. I'm going to be 42. When's your
When's
birthday?
your birthday? Mine's July 25th.
August 14th. I remember. Yes.
Ah.
So you're going to
So
look amazing.
I'm about to turn
50.
50, so I feel like I gotta dry brush a lot and
Same.
like, keep it all glued together. But what is your favorite body cream?
I do love the MBR line, the medical
Mhm.
beauty research. Over the years, I've explored many different body products, and I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. A lot of like different plant extracts, and I love the neck and décolleté cream. I probably overuse it. And I'm always like lathering it on, and now I started using the body product. So I'm really taking some time to explore other options, but those have always been my favorite. What are your favorite body creams, just so I can explore those as well?
Well, lately I've been using the Augustine Batter one.
Yes, which is very thick. A lot of clients have mentioned that they love its like consistency.
It's very thick, which typically I really like because I feel like my skin gets really dehydrated, but I think it's too thick for me, which is weird to say, but I'm,
I
you
run hot, so sometimes I need something that like soaks in quickly.
well,
And
they say for you then I feel like it
yeah,
also takes a long time to rub it in,
yeah, that's
but
what's important about finding the right body product.
I feel like body, it's so personal. That's why I wanted to ask you because I feel like it is like a very particular, like you want to feel your skin a certain way.
Hmm.
So believe it or not, my favorite body cream is Dior, which is so strange because it's not necessarily like a clinical body cream, but I love the way it smells.
Feels, yeah.
The weight of it is like the perfect weight for me, and because
Hmm.
I only wear perfume if I'm going out on a date with my husband. I don't wear it to work.
Same, no,
So I
yeah.
feel like it makes me smell nice without it being like overpowering.
I
And
feel
it
that
just,
way about the MBR, right? Like I put it on, it's almost like a fragrance, but
yeah,
more like the plant stem cells. Like it's something like a little nurturing, but also like it feels fragrant. I feel feminine, I feel like,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I like
Hmm.
to feel a little bit girly. Do you ever do masks on your body, or do you have a treatment with masks in the salon?
We have started to find new body treatments. Casmara makes some body
Oh
masks.
yeah, I've been wanting to try those.
They make some amazing body masks that actually detoxify. You can feel it. It's almost like how the radio frequency feels, where it's like getting hot. You
Uh-huh.
can feel it, and it's stimulating the fat. It's like burning fat cells, breaking down the fat cells, and also smoothing the cellulite. So I've been doing those.
Do
Um,
you use their face masks in the salon when you're allowed to do facials? Is that a
yeah,
line that
over the years, yeah, we
yeah.
do like
I've
their
never
face
used it.
masks. They're nice because you can find like different soothing ingredients. They do have a large selection, so you can, pick and choose which ones really, and they also help for cooling. So let's say you're doing a décolleté treatment and you want to cool the décolleté. I've also tried to incorporate that, just to take the heat out. If we're doing like a clear and brilliant or a needling, you can start doing that for body as well. And the skin looks and feels so good afterwards, so it's worth it.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
typically for the body because we did microneedling for the body even pre-pandemic. I would
Yes.
just use I have an epidermal growth factor mask in my line,
So
and we would just
nice.
throw those on just because it stimulates healing so quickly and it's so
Yes.
soothing and cooling, that's what we would do.
I'd love to try it. Yes, I love
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
sure.
It's just something that, again, we just trial and error. The girls were practicing on my legs and trying to get the hang of the machine and so forth. And,
Right,
after a few,
anything.
yeah,
Anything
after a
that we're
few
using on
hours,
our
you're,
face, we can start
yeah,
using on the body. Why not?
yeah, why
For
not? Yeah, why not? So, Excuse me. Yeah. I guess, what do you think that your clients, what's your most popular treatment that your clients are asking you for right now? It's, we're in the middle of July, it's really
Yeah.
hot. What was like the first thing that clients wanted? Was it exfoliation, or what
Skin
was there?
tightening. Believe it or not, I feel like a lot of people want skin tightening. They,
Yeah.
we, over the years, I've done the ultherapy, which is the microfocus ultrasound. So the combo of the microfocus ultrasound with the radio frequency, we're now going to start doing on the body. And I think
I'm gonna
it's
have to
something.
come in.
Yes, yes, I would love to do it for you. I would love to do it for you. We've always done it on the lower
Yeah.
jaw for lifting and tightening, and we've done the brow. I mean, we can probably still cover the mouth and like start focusing on the brow and the eye area. That's something new for us too, to kind of do like all about the eye treatments, right?
Yeah.
Um, and now
I've
we're
never
just
done
like,
it before. Is therapy, is it really painful? Like people, I've heard different things about it.
so a lot of people are afraid of it. I feel like if they're reading online, I'm
I'm
doing
afraid.
it. I'm doing it since 2010, believe it or not. And so the
Really?
reason why I love it is because we can kind of like sculpt, and there's a lot of different ways you can treat. You definitely feel it, but the way that you avoid the pain is that you're not treating into the bone. We're treating into that layer of skin that has the collagen, right? Right, exactly. So if we treat into that collagen layer, you're going to feel a little bit of warmth, a little bit different than like a hot stone massage, but you're not going to jump out of your chair. You're going to feel it. It's going to stimulate, boost collagen, which we love to do. And overall, like, I really have kind of created a way that you don't feel that much pain.
Okay.
And I think that, someone who's knowledgeable and if, has the education and the training, you can kind of like, we honestly can do everything special for each different face because everybody's face is different.
So how long typically, if a client came in and let's say, like for me, it would be like, I would ask you to do like butt and back of the legs. How long do you think it would take before I saw a difference in my skin there?
So
Would
that's
you
a good
would you think?
question. That's a good question. So if we're doing the two treatments together, or like I said, kind of customizing different things to
Hmm.
stimulate, if we're targeting cellulite, maybe you would see a smoother texture immediately, but in terms of
Right.
tightening and lifting, it
Yeah.
may take a little bit longer. The idea is that like 3 months for like a face,
Right.
but again, everybody's skin, I wouldn't treat someone who is not incorporating a healthy diet and exercise, right? So it's like
Oh, totally.
being
Absolutely.
honest,
I think
right?
you and I are the same in that way. It's, the first thing you have to start out with is making sure clients understand like there's no magic treatment that's
Right.
going to fix something that is the result of, you know, habits that can be controlled or avoided. I remember I
Yes.
had a client years ago who, um, she was complaining she was breaking out a lot, but it wasn't like acne. It was just all
Mhm.
digestive, kind of
Mhm.
yeasty type breakouts. And she wasn't eating properly. She was eating pizza every day and not sleeping. I know. She was
Oh
young.
my goodness.
I know.
Ah.
Living the life, eating pizza every day, drinking every day, not sleeping properly because she woke up. She was a banker, and so she woke
Mhm.
up very early in the morning and got to work at like, I think she was getting to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I had to get her assistant to get her some healthy, some nutritious food, and
Drinking
there's no
water,
magic
like,
facial for that.
yeah, exactly. Like just cleaning
Like you're going
out.
to continue to break out if you're not going to control like what you can control.
Right.
So
And the same thing with
honesty
the
is the
body.
best. Yeah,
Right? The same
absolutely.
thing with the body. I feel like now that we have these services, like people are starting to take care of their body. Like once they leave, and we're like, okay, drink tons of water, start taking a probiotic, start like doing these things that you normally wouldn't do, right? At night before you go to bed, make sure that you're taking that probiotic. And so flushing out the toxins. And then I feel like they're seeing results. Like for the radio frequency, you want to do a
Absolutely.
series, right?
Absolutely.
But after like the second, third treatment, you do see a difference, and then you start to care more about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's about also inspiring clients to do better for themselves and
Hmm.
being more positive of things that they do have control over. Um,
Exactly.
I know we're going to run out of time soon, but I wanted to
Yes.
ask you, like, where do you see yourself going in the next, like, 5 years in terms of business? I know it's a funny time, but forget about that for a minute. Like, are you
Yeah.
going to add more technologies? Are you gonna, like, where do you see yourself like taking your company? Because, as a fellow female founder, it's something that I like to hear from everybody, kind of what their next goal is, or how do you set your goals, and keep it interesting for you.
Well, like you, I love the idea of like having a product. Maybe, I didn't have the time before to focus on something that really worked. Like I love like your new device, like something that is going to make people feel good. And, I always wanted to create something special and I never really focused the time. So I'm putting a little bit more of my time and energy into that. I'm having my medical director come in more frequently, really just to help be a part of the growth of our business. I feel like it's something challenging when you don't have like a partner, someone to talk to or like
Yeah.
bounce your ideas off of. I've always done it by myself and it's been difficult, right? Like, sometimes you need to vent or like share your ideas. So I've reached out to a lot of like my friends in that way who are in the industry to kind of explore what 5 years will look like.
Yeah.
Um, and not being afraid, right? I feel like that's always something. I've always been
Totally.
afraid to grow or afraid
Totally.
to take
Totally.
on something. And
Totally.
yeah, I know you've shared that. Like when you created your new product, you're like the fear of, are you going to sell this? Is it going to be amazing? So I think kind of like getting rid of the fears and doing what makes me, feel good. And at the end of the day, it's like I love what I've created and just continuing to build on the passion and not giving up, not like allowing, this virus to, separate me from what I love to do and just doing whatever we can to be creative right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't give up. I've said this to everybody that I've spoken to during this time. Like, it's really a time to just, you know, um, I guess kind of believe in yourself more than you ever have. You've
Yeah.
created something amazing, and you have people that would follow every single thing that you said, and that is not something that everybody has, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And it's
We're so
special and it
lucky.
should be nurtured, and you should really, I always tell people that nobody looks in the mirror enough and like rewards themselves for what they did. Like, I can tell you, I think you did a good job and you're doing a great job, but like, the first person that should tell you that is you.
Right.
And
Which is challenging. I feel like when you grow
yeah,
something this, you know, in this way and you care about so many people, I feel like I'm always so hard on myself. Like,
totally,
do more, do
totally.
more, do more. And it was really like a wake up call for me to kind of just like take a step back and recognize that I don't have control over what's going on right now.
Yeah,
And I think like as a business owner, that was really, something for me to recognize and say, okay, I'm just going to allow it to evolve and just take care of myself. But I really do admire you and everything that you've done with your business still to this day. It's just, you never give up. It's incredible.
thank you.
And thank you so much for sharing with us and sharing with me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, it's my pleasure. Thank you for visiting with me. I hope that we get to meet someday soon and
A must.
trade
Yes.
treatments together. I'll come to you,
Yes.
you can come to me, and we could play facials with each other.
I
or
would
body
love that.
treatments with each other
I
for
look
now.
forward to it. I definitely look forward to it. Thank you so
Um,
much, Joanna.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. If you guys want to look into some of the treatments that we discussed today, I pinned the Instagram handle. Check out Joey's website,
Yes,
and I
thank
was
you.
picking around there. There was tons of good stuff on there, and you know, everybody, all the estheticians that are listening to us right now and who watch this video, hang in there. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I know it's been really hard, and it's been really hard for me too. If you had told me that we would be closed for 3 months at the beginning of this, I seriously would have hid under a desk and cried. But we got through it, and we're
We're
here,
gonna get
and
through
we
it.
are going to get through this. And
Hmm.
if you need any help, reach out to Joey. I know she's going to help you. Reach out to me. I will try to help
Yeah.
you. We are in this together. And to all the clients who are watching, we can't wait to see you guys really soon for all the amazing body treatments that we have created.
Yes.
And that's it. Have a good Sunday. It was
Thank you
nice to
so
meet you
much.
finally.
So great to meet you. Mwah. Enjoy your day. Go for
You
a nice
too.
nature walk, and I hope to see you very soon.
Very
Thank
soon.
you. All
Take
right.
care,
Take care,
guys.
Joanna.
Bye.